Regards, this is a video for the Financial Management blog. The theme is the rating of corporate bonds. It is presented by Juan Pablo Castellanos, Javier Franco, and Wilfredo Azuaje. Corporate bonuses, a long-term debt instrument which indicated that a corporation has requested a loan of a certain amount of money and promises to reimburse it in the future with certain conditions. The objective is to expand your business through the profitability generated by the purchase and sale of said bonds. Scales of risk. Especially companies have scales that vary depending on the reliability of the company and according to the information obtained by the rating agency in its investigation. Classification 3A. Interpretation. First, quality. Observations. Preferred shares with the highest credit quality grade, minimum credit risk. Classification 2A. Interpretation. High rating. Observation. It offers great security for the payment of the principal and its interest, low credit risk. Classification A. Interpretation. Medium high grade. Observations. It offers acceptable security for the payment of the principal and its interest, low credit risk. Classification 1B and 2A. Interpretations medium grade. Observations. It offers moderate security for the timely payment of the principal and its interest, moderate credit risk. Classification 1B and 1A. Interpretation low, medium or speculative degree. Observations. It offers insufficient security for the timely payment of the principal and its interest. Classification 1B. Interpretation speculative. Observations. It offers limited security for the timely payment of the principal and its interest, high credit risk. Classifications 1C and 2A. Interpretation almost speculative. Observations. Very high possibility of not paying the principal and its interest. Classification 1C and 1A. Interpretation breach or near. Observations failed to pay the principal and interest. Classification 1C. Interpretation lowest degree. Observations delayed in the payment of their obligations.
The corporate bonds are used by the companies to make their business bigger, to have more liquidation, and we have different types of bonds. We have short terms, long terms, we have banking, we have public bonds, and many others. The most important thing for me is to to call the experts and to have a good evaluation and classification, because depending the risk of the company, depends the price of the bonds. So the people is always funding comfortable companies and comfortable bonds, and so because of that, the companies have to find the experts to make a success process.
Advantage and disadvantage. The sale of bond is a great way to increase your capital. An action represents a small part of a company. If the company does well, shareholders get dividends. If the company does poorly, the stock falls in value. The bonds are a debt. The investor gives money to the company and in return, they get a debt recognition. The company then pays a fixed rate. If that is the nature of the bond, back to the investor. These are the two main means of obtaining capital. The bonds allow a company to get money without giving any kind of control to investors. Generally, bonds are considered a safe investment, partly because of their predictability and are fairly easy to sell. A company with a good rating on its bonds, basically its credit history, is always a safe bet. Companies can improve their credit rating by issuing a small and manageable number of bonds. If a company has problems with cash flow and performance, issuing a few bonds can do wonders for raising the company's credit rating in the bond market. This will increase the attention and investment that the company can attract. The interest rate on debt done is a tax deductible. This is a great advantage of the bond issue. Technically, companies doesn't have to pay dividend on social capital, since they can always use that extra money to expand. Of course, the consequence is that people will avoid investing in such a company, since investors want to see dividends. Therefore, variable dividends are in essence necessary. Payment of dividends is not tax deductible. Thank you.